take a look at this. These are custom ratings in Serato. Serato 4 now has a ratings column, so you don't have to hack it by using the comments column and cut and pasting emojis into there just to give ratings to your tracks. But also you can officially change what these emojis are inside the software. You just right click on a track, and one of the things you can select is select rating emoji. And there's every emoji in your system to choose from. So that's pretty cool. But here's the best way of using it. So number one, do not use it for ratings. Ratings are nonsense in DJing. If you don't rate a track, don't have it in your collection. No, use it for energy level. Energy level 1 is lying on your back with a pina colada in your hand. Energy level 5 is hanging from the ceiling, sweating, saying, please, DJ, slow it down. I can't take any more. And everything in between, right? That's a far more useful way of doing it. It's how we've always taught it at the school. But now you can use it for something a lot more subtle and fantastic, which is what I've done here. I'm going to talk you through the emojis I've got here and why I've chosen them. I've just used them as examples, but this is a great new way of finding the perfect track to play next. Trust me on this. All right then, so here is the emoji column with these new, well, we're using them for energy level ratings. So the idea here is that you pick an emoji that tells you something about the song that is not the genre. Okay, so it could be something musical, as you're about to find out, but not the genre, because you can use it alongside the genre, which we'll talk about in a second. So here's a few examples. This one here, I've used the microphone. Now the microphone could mean a massive vocal track, right? So that's a great way of immediately saying across all genres, across all energy levels, here are the vocal tracks. So this is a more laid back vocal track, and these are more banging vocal tracks. So the next one I've got is this. Now this is an example of music. So here we have pianos. So these are tracks that are massive piano tracks, right? They can cut across genres, so they don't have to be piano house, right? So this is another way of just slicing and dicing your music. This one here is a hard to mix. I've used a warning triangle there for tracks which are difficult to mix, difficult to transition in and out of, to warn you that if you get into these, you better know what you're going to do next. These, I love this idea, hidden gems, right? We've used the gemstone emoji here for tracks which are obscure, but you just know they work. They're your bombs, and you could use the bomb emoji. We've also got here, it doesn't show up very well on this screen, but this is musical notes. So this could be instrumentals, right? So you can immediately separate your vocals from your instrumentals, again, across the energy levels and across genres. This one here could be the explicit tracks in your collection. This could be really useful because you could have an explicit version and a clean version of tracks. I don't know what you'd use for clean. I'm sure we can come up with something if we think about it for 2 seconds. This is explicit tracks. Be careful when you play these because you might drop an F-bomb on people. This one here, I've used a heart emoji for tracks that you particularly love. It doesn't have to be tracks the dance floor love, but when you play them, you get that warm feeling inside. So if you just want to please yourself and play something that really matters to you, why not use a heart emoji for it? And we could go on. Look, these are loops. So if you play techno and there's tracks you just love to loop, this could be the way that you mark up those tracks. I've used a disco ball here for floor fillers or for, you know, get out of jail tracks, the tracks that always get a reaction that you can go to in an emergency. I've got a saxophone here, just like the pianos, and you've got guitars as well. I've marked another one up with guitars here, another one with bongos. You get the idea, right? It's really, really powerful. But here's where it gets interesting. Here are our smart crates. And smart crates are crates of music that are defined by rules that you choose. So for instance, here I've got one called Hidden Gems. And in my Hidden Gems crate, I've set it so that the rating emoji has to be that little gem emoji, right? In order for it to go in the crate. So now when I click on that crate, every single track that we see here are my hidden gems across all the different ratings, or in this case, energy levels, because that's how we're using it. So now whatever part of the night you're on, warm up, peak time, whatever, you can go and find a hidden gem that just works. And the other different way of approaching this, which I've got in that second one down there, is energy level. Now I've only put energy level 2 here. This playlist is called energy level 2. Now you see, we've got all our energy levels across all the different types of music that we just went through together. So in other words, if we're playing a warm-up set and we want our energy level 2 music, well, now that's all in one place, but I've got my mixture of vocals and instrumentals and risky songs and ones I know are going to work and so on. So I can play within the boundaries of that time of night and choose what I think I want to play next for whatever's going on the dance floor. Look, we're just scratching the surface here, but I think this is one of the great hidden features of Serato. And the reason I really like it is that, you know, if you look in Rekordbox has got the best library stuff of all. It's got amazing library tagging and so on, but it is quite complicated. This kind of like feels like a fun, visual, almost like record sleeves, right? You know, a lot of DJs really liked the days when every record had a sleeve and a picture, and you'd play more by feel. And that orange one, I love it. You know, that kind of thing. There's a little bit of that going on here, isn't there, as well? And it's playful, but also it's got some of the complexity in more formal tagging systems. And when you start to combine it with the smart crates, I think it gets really useful. So there's an idea. What I'd like you to do is share underneath which emojis you would use in your energy level column in Serato and why. Let's get a database of great emoji ideas going on this video. So it's all very well knowing what track to play next, but how do you play it so people take notice? That's where our transitions toolbox helps. This is our brand new course, which contains 50 done-for-you transitions across all genres, musical styles, only the biggest tracks in the world that your audiences will immediately recognize. We show you how to do head-turning, unforgettable transitions with those tracks. So if you want to know more about the Transitions Toolbox course, it works in all software, all DJ hardware, and for all DJ sets from your bedroom to the club, to weddings, to corporate events, and just for fun. Well, come and have a look at the Transitions Toolbox. There's a link underneath this video where you can find out more about it. Meanwhile, though, from me, Phil, here in the Digital DJ Tips studio, get good, get out there, make the moments, and we'll see you again very soon.